All right, cool. Recording.
Great. Looks like we're good.
The worst part's behind us. It's all that technical. It's like the browser's not working or Jim's headphones weren't working, and there's always something.
It's okay. It's fine. Just cut it. Just cut everything.
That's
just
right.
Leave a couple of my words. That's it. You know.
Like, hi, this is Rosa, or we'll see you next time. All right, what's up, good people? You're listening to Street PX, a photography podcast. I'm Casper, and I'm joined by my friend and fellow photographer,
Jim Watkins.
It's Friday, July 21st, and you're listening to episode number 44. We have a great show for you today, as we're going to be going international again, dialing out to Rome with the one and only Roza Vulf. But before we leap into it, we always want to drop in some plugs to let you know about, some great happenings in the area and around the world. I'll kick it off with a great group show, which includes a friend and local shooter, Troy Holden. If you're in the Bay Area this Saturday, July 22nd, go and check out Book and Job Gallery. That's at 838 Geary Street, and see their pop-up group exhibit called It Happens All the Time. This one includes work from Jake Ricker, Angelo Partimi, Jesse Alviles, Abdullah Shakur, Adrian Martinez, Austin Leong, David Root, and of course, Troy Holden. Another great series of shows I definitely want to mention are for you fans of Vivian Maier out there. I did some digging and found some great locations where you can go and check out her amazing work right now. All of these are currently live. The first is at KP Projects. That's in LA, Los Angeles, California, and that one closes on August 26th. Another for you East Coasters out there is at the Granary Gallery at Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts. That one's going to be closing on August 31st. And lastly, and very fitting for our show today, is at the Palazzo Ducale in Genova, Italy. And you have a nice amount of time for this one, as it doesn't close until September 25th. But if you're near any of these areas, definitely want to go and check that out. That's Vivian Maier. Amazing work. So yeah, some great happenings going on out there. Now, for a bit of bad news, we know it's been a long time coming. But we're sad to say that the beloved Rayco Photo Center has officially announced that workshops and digital lab services will be ending at the end of August. We just want to offer our heartfelt goodbyes to such an outstanding staff. They've been a staple in downtown San Francisco since, what, Jim, like 1991?
1991, yeah, 26 years.
And this loss is awful, but we certainly want to wish everyone from that center, the staff, the instructors alike, the best. And I just want to say, don't let this stop your photographic passions, But I don't want to move forward without some fun news, which, kind of coincides with our Vivian Maier information above, which I'm going to go ahead and kick over to Jim.
Yeah, let me tell you, the Maloof Collection has made a significant donation of original Vivian Maier prints and artifacts to the University of Chicago Library. So I just cannot wait to see these when they come out. I reached out to John Maloof and asked when it will be available for public viewing, and he told me that not for a while. He's not sure when the exhibit will go up, but he hopes to have some news soon about that. So just stay tuned to our podcast. We will be the first to break it and let you know when these new artifacts and prints will be available in the Chicago area. So if you're in the Chicago area, you're going to visit the Chicago area, be on the lookout. University of Chicago Library, these new artifacts and prints from Vivian Maier. Can't wait.
Excellent. Is that what we're calling them now, artifacts?
Artifacts, yeah. That's right.
Very priceless prints.
Yeah, that's right.
Excellent. So yeah, we'll definitely keep you attuned to any updates there. Also take a look at the Street PX Lounge. We'll give updates there as well.
There you go.
Now, I want to mention our wonderful sponsor, Glass Key Photo. That's your one-stop shop for all things analog photography. So if you're looking for a nice film camera, new expired film, repairs, zines, or more, definitely check them out. And soon, actually less than a couple weeks from now, you can visit their new shop. That's just off Van Ness at 1230 Sutter Street. I think they were aiming for August 1st, but it'll be a week or so before they're fully settled. So yeah, jot that down, head on over and give them a hello from all of us here at Street PX. If you're digging the show, please let us know. We love feedback, and you can send that. You can seek us out on iTunes, drop us a review over there, maybe throw us some feedback at contact@StreetPX, or head over to the StreetPX Lounge over on Facebook. That's our community where you can discuss our shows. We'd love to hear from you, and we are hungry to read more of that. Also, if you want to help us keep these mics hot, we'd be ever grateful for any scratch you can throw our way over at our Patreon account at patreon.com/StreetPX. And all proceeds go right back into the show, of course. And you're not getting something for nothing here. Depending on how much you give, you can get more than just the silliness of us here on this show. You can get bonus silliness with our bonus content, ringtones, portfolio reviews, t-shirts, and much more. So check us out on Patreon and help support StreetPX. All of this stuff I've been talking about will be added into the show notes as well. So the galleries and such, you can go check out streetpx.com for those links. That said, let's dive on into the show. Jim, you want to go ahead and introduce our wonderful guest today?
I will start it off. I want to welcome to Street PX one of my favorite photographers, Roza Vulf. How are you, Roza?
Thank you very much. I am great. I'm really great. Thanks for having me. It's amazing.
Oh, man. It is our pleasure to have you on here. I've been looking forward to this for quite a while now. Roza and I, for you listeners out there, Roza and I have been Facebook friends for a couple of years, but I've been knowing her work for a little longer than that and just admiring it. And recently, earlier this year, I had the privilege of finally meeting Roza face to face here when she visited the Bay Area. But we'll talk about that a little later. So, Roza, why don't you first of all just tell our listeners a little bit about yourself? How you got into photography. Just a little bit of background.
Oh, okay. It's pretty complicated, to put it in a couple of words. And actually, knowing myself, I'm a better listener than a speaker. And I like to listen and to observe, but to talk, it's something different. But anyway, I will try. Photography. Okay, photography. Photography was always like a part in my life. It's pretty natural because I loved it and I was interested in photography since I was a teenager. When I was a teenager, I owned a couple of cameras. One was a small Smena, Russian cameras, of course, because I'm from Vilnius, Lithuania. It was the Soviet Union time period. So it's obvious. And second camera was a bit later, Zenit. It's a bigger camera, pretty good one. And I loved it. I enjoyed it. I was dreaming to be a photojournalist. I wanted to write and I wanted to take photos. It was my goal. I took even some internship in some local newspaper in Vilnius. It was very interesting. And actually, I was not behaving very well at school because I was taking my camera to the class and I was taking pictures during the lessons. And of course, oh yes, I'm saying the truth. I didn't say that, I believe, even to my children. So now all the world knows. Yes, and it was totally annoying for my teachers, and I had a few problems about it, but I still have very funny photos from my teachers and my schoolmates, so it's nice. It's archived.
Exactly. You were just documenting the scene.
Yes, I did it.
Just a natural photojournalist.
Yeah, okay, but dreams sometimes just remain dreams, and life turned, and I got married pretty early. I had 2 children pretty early, and I worked, of course, and I was studying at Vilnius University, having 2 children. It was kind of experience, I went through. I was studying Russian language and literature, philology, in Vilnius University, what is, I believe, the oldest university in Eastern Europe. It's old traditions, it's a very nice buildings and very nice, it's a good university. Mm-hmm. Anyway, in the end, life takes, its own turn, and you just follow it. And I enjoyed my family, and I enjoyed, of course, raising my kids and my different jobs and everything. Camera was always there. I took pictures of my kids. I developed, of course, pictures myself. We had dark room in the bathroom. I believe many of us had when we were young. So it's quite an experience. Later, I changed to digital. And again, you should it was like a dormant, for some long period. It was a dormant way of some medium what I loved, but I really didn't have time, maybe didn't have enough of character to proceed, to be more strong, but I really had many obligations and really didn't have much time to enjoy it the way I would have loved to do it.
Yeah. Life has a way of just kind of coming in and throwing everything into chaos.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean that happens to a lot of it. That happened to me too. I took a break for a while and eventually got back into it. But yes, a lot, we go through that. But now you're back into it full with both feet in, and you are doing fantastic now. Huh?
Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you very much. I'm never satisfied with my work. Tell you frankly, I always have doubts. I am almost never happy about what I'm doing. So what you're saying, it's like, okay, it's great. It's cheering me up. I hope one day I will be really doing good stuff. I hope, I wish.
Believe me, folks, she is fantastic.
Yes. Now, you were born in Lithuania, right?
Yes, in Vilnius, yes.
Okay. How long did you spend kind of growing up in that area?
Oh, I was born in 1960, so I'm 57 now. I moved from Lithuania in my 40s. I moved to Germany, to Leipzig. Eastern Germany. It's a city close to Berlin, around 200 kilometers from Berlin, Eastern Germany. And I was living in Leipzig for more than 6 years. After that, I relocated to Rome, where I live now.
Oh man, I want to come over to Rome so bad. But all the imagery I see from it is so beautiful.
Come.
Street PX is going to have to host a photo walk over there.
Yeah. Or just do some live shows.
It's a great idea.
Now, I was reading, I noticed that you came up through a very creative family, that your mother and father kind of instilled and helped push those creative juices. Is any particular way? Was it like fine arts in a way, or was it photography? Or how go ahead and expand on that for us if you could.
Oh, well, it's a good question. It's really a good question. My childhood, it's like the perfect childhood ever. It's I love my childhood. It's fantastic memories. It's plenty of memories. My parents, they are just like regular people. They are not artists. And but my dad, who passed away just a year ago, he was like a brilliant man. He had very intellectual. You could have spoken with him in any subject in the world. And he could really describe you something about comet and stars, and at the same something about impressionism. He was really a bright person. And my mom, she is still here and hopefully will be for long. She is a very sweet woman, very nice and very supportive, and it was very nice. We had a lot of books. I grew up among books. My dad had a really big love to books and to stamps, big collection of stamps he had. But books, it's a part of my life. Books, vinyls, good music, interesting people from totally different fields, photojournalists and translators and academics. Our house was always full of people, great crowd.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was
wow.
a nice, very, very nice childhood,
Yeah, that's the very foundation of creativity right there. When you're exposed to all the different genres of everything, that just opens your mind to anything. I love that. Love that.
Yes, I think it was really like a very important role, and it made me my childhood, and that support of both of my parents made me what I am now. But books, yeah. Books, it's a lot of them, and I was like a very hungry reader. I started to read very early, and when I was 10, I already read all, Conan Doyle, all Sherlock Holmes, everything Mark Twain,
nice.
and Jules Verne. It was like I was just coming to my dad every evening or every morning saying, "Dad, what can I read next?" And he's, "Oh, you already read that one." I told, "Yes." Okay. And he was choosing for me from the library something what he thought would be appropriate for my age. And of course, when he was going to work, I was trying to read something what he was thinking is too early for me to read. So when I was like 13, 14, I read everything what was in our house. Hemingway, Salinger, Fitzgerald.
Oh, I'm loving these name drops.
I can see why you say you had the best childhood ever. Man, I mean, that is so great. Oh,
Books are that keyhole into a whole nother reality, and just you can sit on a bed or in a chair and just escape into a world that you can fight bad guys or find the bad guys. Sherlock Holmes. I heard you drop that one. I love the Sherlock Holmes series.
I do too. And I can actually see that reflected in your work too. The kind of being lost in whatever you're doing, and just immersing yourself. Now, Rosa, let me tell you, now let's talk about your street photography though. There was something that you said that intrigued me. You said you have a very personal relationship with the street, but not with your subjects. Can you explain that to us?
Well, I will try.
Yeah, go ahead. Try.
Yes, I will try. You see, when I'm saying so, I mean that, yes, when I am on the streets, it's like I'm disconnected and connected. It's like contradiction, but exactly this is what I feel. I never ask. I shoot only candid. Only candid. This is the way for me. This is like the first rule of street photography for me, for myself. What I don't apply to anyone, any of my rules. But for me, street photography, it's candid. It means that I am not in contact with anyone on the street. I never ask for permission. I never talk with people. I just walk my way. I walk my way. I observe, and it's like it becomes like your second home street. It makes me feel very comfortable.
Yeah. And I mean, that's kind of a debate amongst some is, the connection with the subject, be it actually approaching the person, talking to them, or the candid like you're talking about. I'm of the same vein as you. I refuse to talk to my subjects unless there's a specific reason for it, or they just seem overtly, interesting to me. And even then, even in those cases, I'll take the picture first, and then, maybe I'll talk to them afterward to learn a little bit about them. But I always feel that the moment that that I engage in interaction is the moment that the candid scene is gone, then it becomes posed.
Right. Yeah.
I also think so, and I believe that at the moment when you start your interaction, the genre is turning to documentary.
Yes.
It's just my perception of it.
Yeah.
I don't mind, and I love documentary genre a lot. It's really wonderful, but it's something different to street photography.
Mm-hmm.
If you talk with people before, after, or in between, it's documentary.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
I don't know how it sounds to many people. Maybe they have different opinion, of course, but this is my attitude.
Oh, I'm sure at this moment some people are already starting to type up emails.
Well, but both in agreement and
Exactly.
disagreement. But because I'm with you. I'm with you. Stu. The minute you start talking and engaging, it turns into a documentary project in a way. Whether, So, but street photography, at least for me. And I think what you're saying, Rosa, it's you have to tell the story in one frame, and you have to get that candid image, and, you get that and you go.
Yes.
But, but another thing that I get from, about your street photography is that you kind of let the streets come to you. You kind of take it all in. Instead of hunting for something, you actually take it in. And Casper, I think we were talking to Vineet, or I cannot remember who we were talking to. Matter of fact, it might have been Vineet at the Street Photo Festival, when he was saying that you should allow the streets to come to you. You should allow everything to come to you. It was a very Zen-like type of approach to street photography, which it seems like that's the way you approach it, Rosa.
Yes, actually, yes, it's true. It's my way. It's my attitude on the streets. Maybe a bit different to Vineet's. I love Vineet's work, and I know him personally. I met him a few times, and I had a workshop with him. He is a great teacher, very giving, and I love his work. So he is really great. The same like his brother, Rahit, whom I never met personally, but I love Rahit's work also a lot.
Now, kind of coming back to like the different areas and so forth, and have you ever had any difficulty like legally, or you ever worry about such things like that? Because I know laws are different in different countries. Some of them more strict than others. Has that ever been an issue or a conscious thought for you?
No, not absolutely. And no, I never experienced any problems. Actually, I had law or not law. I read a lot, for instance, in Italy, and it's never clear. At least like in public spaces you can shoot, that's it. And through my experience, maybe not so long, but again, it's some 5-7 years I'm on the streets. I had actually only once I wouldn't call it even a problem. Just recently, not so long ago, some woman I was shooting on the street. It was very nice light and close to some train station, some metro station. And woman was carrying some colorful plastic boxes, plenty of them in her hands. So it was, it's like pleading you, please take a picture of me. So I did. I did because the light was going through the plastic boxes. It was nice. And that young woman, she was very nice, but I could see that she was maybe not in a perfect mood. I don't know. She noticed me taking the shot of her. And passing by, she just told, thank you in Italian.
Oh.
And I looked at her and I told, welcome in Italian. And somehow in 5 minutes she came back.
Really?
She came back to me. Yes. I was a bit surprised. And she told, you cannot take pictures of me. I told, of course I can. We are in a public space. So it's not a problem. But of course my tone was totally normal, and I always try just to avoid any confrontation. This is what I hate. I hate really to spoil people's mood or whatever. And she just asked me, okay, but I don't want this picture. I told, if you don't want, I will delete it. It's absolutely not a problem. And I showed her a picture, I deleted, and she went away with a smile. So, problem solved. You really don't fight for the pic and make people furious. It's not my style, and it's not my attitude. And I really always try to respect people's privacy. This is my credo. It's a motto. Respect people's privacy in any country, in every street of any city where you are. If you do that, people feel it. They don't see me like a danger. Because I respect them. When I see I can come closer, I come closer, and I shoot closer. When I see that, oh no, it's better to keep a bit of distance, I do so. It's very instinctual, so it's on an instinct level. In intuition, this is what I follow.
Yeah. I'm so glad you said that, because, and then we talked about it on the show once before, is a lot of times we get so wrapped up in our work and our, trying to get that shot that we forget that our subject is a person too. And we, in many ways, are representatives of our own industry, our own genre. And sometimes the image just isn't worth it. You got to respect the journey to get to the result.
Yes, true, absolutely true. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on that myself.
Yeah, well, you're the one who was about to fight the other day.
But that was a non-photographic fight. That wasn't anything else. It was related, but it was non-photographic.
Jim's hardcore.
Yeah. I was leading a photo walk in the Mission. Did we go on? Oh yes, we did go on the Mission. Yeah, one time. Yeah, had a little altercation there, but it ended without blows, fortunately. But but it was a guy just asking for money.
Oh,
so, but a little too forward.
Yeah, a little too persistent with doing it. He was bothering one of the people in the photo group. So we had to take care of that.
Jim had to turn into bodyguard for a moment.
Yeah, one of those things.
It's not a very pleasant experience. Yeah,
no, it's imagine. Not at all.
I can imagine.
But speaking of the Mission in San Francisco, you were in America recently.
Yeah,
where we all finally got to meet you, and we were so happy. America just loved you, embraced you, Roza. Thank you for coming.
Oh my God, thank you so much, because you cannot imagine how much I miss America. And this is so sincere. This is so, I will come back. I miss this country. I miss this country. I miss all the people I met. I miss everything about it. It's an amazing, it's fascinating country. It was like a really trip of the year. It's the trip,
Yes. Fantastic. Now you started your journey in New York. Tell us about that and the experience you had in shooting in New York.
To explain it, I have to tell only one, that since I was a teenager, 15, 17, I was dreaming to move to America. To New York, precisely, to be precise, New York. That was the city of my dream, of my everything. All the friends of mine, everyone knew that Roza, she is crazy about America, that she's crazy about New York, that she is reading about New York, that she is watching films about New York. I wanted to go, I imagined myself, what if I'm living already there. It's a place full of opportunities. What will I do and what my life will be? So, okay. But that was a dream. Life, turned differently.
Mm-hmm.
And I waited like 17 and 57. So how many? 40 years?
Yeah.
For a dream become true. I don't know. I traveled pretty a lot during my life. I saw something, but I never been to the United States before. And suddenly that opportunity, that golden ticket to New York and San Francisco came to me from my son. I'm extremely grateful to him. And I knew I was so excited about this trip. I cannot describe how much. It was like going to a first date, even in the plane, already soon to land in New York and JFK. I was like, oh my God, will I cry? Or what will I feel? What will I do? I will be finally in that city, in a city of my dream, on my dream of my life. I'm almost there. Okay, I didn't cry, but it was absolutely fascinating. Absolutely. This is the city what blow my mind away immediately. Already, like, you are in a taxi, you are driving. I was staying in the Hudson Hotel close to the Central Park, and I was not so long, just a few days. But I was so excited. It was like a kid in a candy shop. It was probably too much for me because I didn't know what to shoot. I couldn't concentrate. It was everywhere, every meter, every corner. You can shoot this. Oh no, maybe that. And this. Oh, look, that person. Oh my God. And this light. And this skyscraper. Oh my God. It's like, I don't know. It was something very funny. And it's good that now it's already my emotions. I can be pretty emotional. My emotions are pretty under control. Imagine me, my days in New York. I was like a crazy person to talk with.
Yeah, oh man. A little sensory overload there a little bit. Yeah,
New York does have a tendency for that too. And it has that ability, like it seems like the roads never end. Like any city you go to, you're downtown, you shoot, you keep walking. Eventually you're going to get to a block where the density tapers out and you want to turn around and go back. When I was in Manhattan, I just walked and walked and walked and it just never ends.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I was walking every day in New York. I was walking 15, 20 kilometers per day. I was just walking. It was like I was dead tired, exhausted in the evening. But in the morning, like, oh my God, the city is calling me. Roza, get up. You have to go. You have to move. Plus, of course, I love art. And I wanted to visit at least once, if you're in New York. I wanted to see MoMA, I wanted to see Guggenheim, and I managed to visit very nice exhibition. It was in Mnuchin Gallery. Mnuchin Gallery. It's a small gallery in New York, and it was Cindy Sherman exhibition. She is a great American photographer.
Okay.
Cindy Sherman, yeah. It was a beautiful exhibition. I was advised by some New Yorker to go to that Mnuchin Gallery to see the exhibition, and really it was impressive.
Nice.
So a lot. And in MoMA, they have such a good bookstore.
They do.
It's amazing. They have such a good bookstore. I would bring, if I could, half of that bookstore back to Rome, to my house.
I think I spent more time, well, not more time, probably equal amount of time in the bookstore as I did looking at the actual art pieces when I was at MoMA. I did the same thing.
Oh, you see?
Yeah, anytime I could crack open an actual book and read, I'm
Yes.
stuck. And that's what I
Yeah.
spent about like an hour and a half in the MoMA, and then you know how they do the gift shop and stuff. It's kind of like that last thing they get you before you go. And I was already ready to
Yeah.
go and continue shooting. I had light still, and I walked into the damn bookstore. Goodbye, light. Because I just
Yes, I know what you mean. It happened to me.
Oh my
did you
god.
get a chance to go
Yes,
to the Strand bookstore?
No, no, I didn't.
That was a place that I definitely recommend. It's a magnificent bookstore. I'm probably wrong when I say this. It's just above Soho area or in Manhattan.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's
yeah,
a very
yeah.
famous, very old bookstore. What's cool about it is on the second or third floor you go up and they have an entire wing dedicated to just like photography books. And
Oh,
and
God.
there's thousands up there, just rows and rows from anything you can think of, from the most, iconic Magnum contact sheets to the most obscure zines. Like they have even, I saw 5 or 6 boxes of just random photographic zines all over the
Amazing.
decades. And you can just sit up there. I one of my days I spent just half the day in the Strand bookstore just looking and trying to get inspiration. Unfortunately, I waited to the end of my trip, so the inspiration had to come back with me. I didn't get to apply it.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that bookstore. All the times I've been to New York, I have never seen that bookstore.
Oh yeah, it's a definite
Yeah.
spot. And Rosa, see, I'm giving you a reason, at least a justification to come back to New York sooner than later.
Yes, I will. I will. And I will definitely go to that bookstore.
Oh my god! Now, Rosa, when you were in New York, you hooked up with Mike Lee and Melissa Breyer.
Oh
right?
yes, oh yes. This is really something to talk about. Yes, I
Yeah.
met Mike Lee and Melissa Breyer, and it was an amazing meeting because they are really so great guys. They're so cool. They're so New Yorkers, and it was
Yeah.
amazing. We met in Midtown in Manhattan. And we just met because we are friends on Facebook for a couple of years. And Mike, he is a very supportive and very, very friendly person.
Yes.
I remember I had some questions about photography a couple of years ago. And sometimes I just write to people whose work I love and respect. I think, okay, why not? I can make a question.
Mm-hmm.
And I just write. And I get wonderful, usually answers, and it's contact. So Mike, we were in contact already for a couple of years ago by my initiative, and he was very supportive. He answered on all my questions, and he advised something, and I followed his advices. It was very nice. And finally, and Melissa, she's just so charming. She's amazing. She's an amazing person. She's an amazing photographer. I love her work also a lot. She's a very talented photographer. And when we finally met, I would have met much more people, many people. I didn't have time. And I would love to meet more people in New York, because it's a great experience always to meet photographers in different countries. It's nice. When we met, we stayed just on a square where we met, probably an hour, not moving, but just chatting.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay, hello, and the chat started. And we were talking and talking and talking. We were saying, okay, shall we move somewhere? And we continued talking and talking.
Just a change of venue is all.
Yes, it was pretty fascinating. We spent half of the day together, and I really appreciate because Melissa, she has kids, and she spent her time with me. It was very nice. We went to some cafe and we had some coffee, and our chat continued. And after that, Melissa left, and Mike was kind enough to walk me to the central station, and also great experience, really great experience. I'm actually very lucky to meet good people along my trips.
Yeah.
Almost always.
That's so important.
And that's the great thing about street photography is any big city you go to, there's bound to be at least a handful there that you can reach out to, accommodating artists, people that's willing to open up their doors or just sit for an hour and chat.
Yeah. Yes.
And Mike, I don't know as much about Melissa myself, but I know I met Mike when I was up in New York, and he's got to be one of the most accommodating artists I've ever met in my life. Like, just completely open, and obviously I would say Mike's probably never met a stranger.
Yes, he is. It's really correct word. Accommodating, very accommodating person. Yes, he is so it was my great experience, in New York, and I wish I would come back. I do wish I will come back. It's
I'm sure you will.
Before we moved off of New York, did you have any great images? Did you pull anything from that trip?
Really, difficult to say. The city itself, it's so monumental, and it's it's teasing you. You can do it, you can photograph me, okay, do it. But I told you, I was too distracted. Yes, of course, I was shooting all along, all my walks everywhere. I wouldn't say that I brought from New York some exciting portfolio. No, to be honest, no, not first time. No, I was too distracted.
Right. Yeah.
I was too emotional. Maybe next time when I go, it would be different. But a few, yes, maybe a couple.
Yeah.
A couple of shots. What I would say they are okay.
Yeah, I've seen some of those. Yeah, they were very good.
It's interesting though.
Okay.
I mean, because
thank you very much.
We had Gardner Hamilton in here some time back, and he had made a comment that has stuck with me ever since about traveling, doing travel street, I guess is a word or a subject you could say. But it is difficult to land in a new place, especially one that you're so excited to be in, like you were just talking about with New York, and to try and take street in a candid and calm, relaxed manner. A, not knowing the place, and B, being so excited and wrapped up into it. One of the things he always suggests is, spend an entire day without the camera, just walking around and kind of getting a feel for it and meeting people. Me, I never can follow my own advice because I'm just ready to just get my camera, take a picture of everything, and end up with nothing.
You are doing very well, by the way.
That's a lot of luck.
I don't think I could go on the streets of New York without a camera. I mean, that would be so hard for me. As soon I walk 2 blocks and I run back to the hotel to get my camera and just go back out.
Yes,
I couldn't do it.
True.
And Gardner is really right. I mean, you should take it in and absorb it. And because you'll be able to deal with it better with the camera. But no, I can't follow that advice.
Just breaking in real quick to give a shout out to our fantastic sponsor, Glass Key Photo in San Francisco. Now, we've talked about their Sunday instant photo walks that they host there on the last Sunday of every month, but next weekend is going to be something special, as it will be the last time this annual walk will kick off there at their location in the Lower Haight. So if you're in San Francisco and enjoy shooting instant film, be sure to join in on Sunday, July 30th, and everybody's going to be meeting there at 442 Haight Street at 12 p.m. and give your farewells to the old store. More info can be found by searching Glass Key Photo on Facebook.
Now, after New York, you made your way west to see us here in the San Francisco Bay Area.
Yes, and where I met really the most wonderful people. I'm so incredibly grateful, Jim, for all your time. You really, you showed me around, you introduced me to people. It was so kind of you. It was so supportive, so friendly, so good. I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful.
No, it was absolutely my pleasure. And by the way, Trisha says hi. Just.
Thank you very much. I love her and hi to her, of course. Of course.
So I know when we were going around, we saw this. We did some street photography. We also did some landscape photography too, and that was a blast.
Did. That's right. I remember seeing some of those images.
Yeah.
Those are great.
Yeah, we drove up and down the Pacific Coast Highway and just saw some incredible scenery as always in California. I mean, it was just fantastic.
Yes, it was really very fascinating. Yes, that trip. Yeah. Oh God.
Was there anything that stood out to you? Any significant differences to what you're used to with dealing with people in the street or shooting people in the street from where you're there in Rome?
I even don't know how to say. Rome is very easy to shoot in. It's not a problem. Mm-hmm. People here, they're kind of laid back. They're very friendly, and it's okay. It's no problem to shoot in Rome, and they are not in a hurry. In San Francisco, people are walking. There are plenty of people on the Market Street, on Financial District, but most of the time they're just walking. And for me, actually, guys, I have a chapeau for all street photographers from San Francisco. I find that San Francisco, I wouldn't call it a difficult city to shoot. No, it's not difficult, but this city, you need to take your time to start to realize something, some moments, because it seems, okay, I came to the Market Street, plenty of people, but what to shoot?
Right.
They're all in a hurry to work or from work, and that's it. Crowd, it goes forth and back. Okay, where is something? And when I see pictures in San Francisco street photography, people whom I met already and I follow, I say, guys, you know how to catch these moments. For me, it was not so easy. I wouldn't say, yes, I got a few decent shots in San Francisco. But this city really pretty demanding, I would say. Mm-hmm. It demands you to relax, to observe, to feel it really on a very high level, or you will not see anything except the crowd.
Yeah.
It's like Casper can attest to this, where, just like you said, you see a lot of people just walking. Yes. And I fell into the trap of taking pictures of people just walking, and it took something that Casper told me to stop doing that. It's like you start taking pictures of these people, not because they're telling a story, but basically because you can get away with it.
Because they're there,
They're there, and you say, and you post these pictures. Say, oh, look, I got the picture of this person walking down the street, looking at their cell phone or something. And you do get in the habit. You see a lot of that in San Francisco. You are totally right, especially on Market Street.
Kind of more to our point where you're talking about where everybody's go and so fast. It is kind of a singular focus with everybody that you find on Market Street, for instance, is their intentions are getting from point A to point B with very little thought in between. So since they're going so fast, you got less people that are kind of lingering somewhere, less people chatting amongst themselves. The only people you ever find, or at least this is my experience, that are kind of clustered or chatting isn't necessarily locals. It's usually like tourists or something, and you can recognize that from a block away. Everybody else is just zoom, and you mostly have to just run in front of them trying to catch something.
Yeah, and that's why I like going to Chinatown. Not the tourist part, but Stockton Street, where the real Chinatown, what I would say. And people are shopping. The locals are shopping. They're chatting. They're doing things like that. Even up in North Beach in Little Italy, you see the same thing where people are stopped and chatting and things like that. that's where that's where you can get the good street photography if you're looking for it. But like, Rosa, you learned a lot faster than me. Getting people walking down the street, that's what you find pretty much on Market Street. Yet I still go. Yet I'm still going there. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, you see, I was kind of happy. Oh, I thought when I just came to the Market Street, oh my God, so many people. Wow, it's good. Now I will be just shooting, and I realized, oh God, it's difficult.
Yeah.
It's kind of difficult, and to separate some face in the crowd. It's what I was trying to do, but it didn't work so well.
Mm-hmm.
So, when I see, yes, and in Chinatown, yes, I found it. It's very nice. I love to shoot in Chinatown, and I love to shoot Castro. I had a walk. It was unfortunately not very fruitful.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a day just like that. It was nothing exceptional happening. And
Castro's more of kind of like a nightlife neighborhood.
Yeah, maybe. And I was in the morning. It was very quiet and, just to see a neighborhood. What I really liked, I liked that Haight.
Yep.
Oh, the Haight Ashbury district. Yeah.
Yes. Ashbury. Yes. Haight Ashbury. Yes. That was.
That area is really bustling right now because they have the Summer of Love exhibit going on at the DeYoung Museum, which is right in Golden Gate Park, right off from Haight Ashbury or Haight Street. And that the energy and that atmosphere is kind of bleeding back into Haight, and a lot of the businesses are involved. There's a few other exhibits kind of going on around town and so forth. So you at this moment in time, if you visit Haight, you're not getting exactly the old element, from its golden years, but you definitely get an homage back to it.
Absolutely, and I did, and I felt it, and thanks to Jim, I went to the DeYoung Museum, and we saw that exhibition, The Summer of Life.
Mm-hmm. No, a while ago you were saying, talking about the difficulty in capturing people in the San Francisco streets. You'd made mention about telling a story. I'm going to get a little artsy on this question, but is there any particular story that you're trying to tell with your photographs? Or are you just kind of in the moment and not necessarily looking for a story, but allowing the story to kind of come to you and open up to your camera?
Yes, I would say that usually I allow the story to come to me.
Yeah.
I'm not chasing the story because there are so myriads, so plenty of stories around me. Mm-hmm. And if it works at some moment, that emotion, it clicks, it's fraction a second. And that's it. And it's done. And it can be different. But maybe because I'm not... you don't see many people in my shots very happy, very cheerful, laughing. Maybe I'm more attracted to some faces... when people are a bit or sad or just thoughtful, it's not necessary to be sad. Some thoughtful faces, something. Or some romantic mood, you can read it from the face, from a gesture, from a pose, it's not necessarily a face. It can be anything, so it's different. So, no, I'm not chasing the one story. No, stories are coming to me, and different ones.
I noticed that with your Under Rome project. I was looking through that here this week. A lot of the imagery through the train windows. Gorgeous set.
Yes.
Actually, it harkens back to Rami Narula, who was recently on our show. He did the Platform 10, where it was dealing with the trains. Yeah. And I just saw some of the correlations with the moods and some of the faces and everything. But I did notice that in your work, you're not, looking for any cheese moments, where everybody's smiling and stuff. You're cutting out realistic slices of life. But I guess one of the things that really stuck out to me, though, on that project was the graffiti on the sides of the trains. I don't know if you noticed whenever you were here, and even in New York, a lot of that has been cleaned up. It's not as rampant anymore. But like in the 70s, 80s New York, that's what those trains remind me of, is with the big graffiti out there. Is it an older project, or is it still that way in the trains over there?
No, it's not all the project. It's actually, half of the trains are with graffiti here in metro from in underground. Half of them are more new and without graffiti. Yeah. It's like just different trains. And if you come to Rome, of course, you can see all these trains with the graffiti, and it's just here. And this project, it's like... I live in Rome 7 years, and maybe I started to shoot underground. Underground, it's really like, in Rome, it's my favorite place to shoot, in Rome. I love to shoot in underground in every city where I am, where underground system is on. But Rome's metro is really amazing.
Yeah.
I love to shoot in underground everywhere. I do it in London, I did it in Paris, I do it everywhere. But in Rome, it's my favorite place to shoot. And because, commuters, it's really, it's very, it gives so much to you, this interaction, because it's like commuters' world. In the underground, it's different to commuters' world overground, like buses or trains. It's a bit different. Underground, it makes you feel like a bit even surreal. Plenty of emotions, plenty of expressions. It's all a bit surreal.
Of course, yes,
and at the same time, it's real. And people, I think commuters, they feel that in the underground, you look at the faces, people, they just don't care. They're all in their thoughts, and they're like disconnected to the world. Someone is staying smiling, someone is listening music, someone is like almost crying, I don't know, thinking about, I don't know, something really not nice. Plenty of emotions. It's like a place, it's a closed place full of human emotions. You feel this vibration. When you're underground, you feel this vibration, especially... Well, at least I feel it. It's what I feel always in the underground. It's the reason I'm going and shooting, and it's like endless. I think that one day it will end up maybe in a book. I start to think about this.
Really?
Oh, that'd be great. I have a kind of a theory about that, because I think that when you shoot commuters above ground, they're kind of connected to the outside. They see all this stuff. They're distracted. They're looking at other things.
Yes.
But when you're underground, when you're just looking at a subway station, there's not really anything to look at. So you're just kind of lost in yourself. Whatever emotion that person is feeling is reflected in their face. They're not looking outside. They're not, looking at everything.
Yes.
They are feeling that emotion. You capture that emotion in the underground.
Yes, you're so right. Yes.
Yeah. I love that series.
Thank you.
Well, you know what? Definitely, Roza, if that book project comes to fruition, let us know. We want to plug it on this show.
Okay. I will remember this. Yes, I'm seriously thinking about, because I think, I need, it's still a lot of things to consider and to work on. And it's actually, I have plenty of photos of this project, really a lot. Maybe I could make something useful from it. Maybe a book.
Yeah. Well, you know what? There's another image that I want to talk about of yours. There's a couple, but this one in particular right now, the party bus, which I think is a fascinating image. The bus where you said that just came out at the end of the day where you had nothing going on, nothing from shooting, and all of a sudden this party bus appears, and you get this picture of this woman, this one single woman just looking outside of the bus, all this other stuff going on. Great photo.
Thank you very much. But you told everything about this photo.
Yeah, just describe
it. I know, but I couldn't help it.
Where was this image taken?
It's London.
London?
Yes, it was taken in London a few years ago. Yes, I love that shot. And I have some connection. But actually, it was just yesterday. It was that feature on Lens Culture, and they chose it. That shot they chose like a cover for my feature. I am very pleased about it. Because, I was like if I talk about my shots, I really don't talk much. I prefer to take photos, but not to talk about photos. Mm-hmm. But I understand that this is like a part of reality. You just have to be social in that way. I would never be a teacher or lecturer because I prefer to listen than to talk. And to talk about my babies, about my shots, I always prefer the viewer would make her own story. This is, again, my very strong and deep attitude. No titles. Because sometimes I saw so many shots I open on Facebook on some group. Oh, great shot. And a title. What kills the shot for me? Absolutely. And I'm looking and I think, why? Why have you done it? Why did you kill that mystery, that what I could feel about your shot with your title? I don't want to listen to your title. It's like...
Casper?
I'm the same way. Every one of my images is untitled. I cannot do the titling. I cannot do the captioning. Like my documentary work, that's one thing. But again, that goes back to what we were saying a while ago when you interact with the subject. You're bridging a gap between two different subjects, or genres rather. And when it comes to street, untitled is acceptable to me, because if I see another image that says something like "Into the Light" or "Man with Bunny," or it's like you don't have to be redundant. I fucking see it in the image. I don't need to read. I can see.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I just put a location. It's street photography. I like to put locations, but I have long stopped putting titles to it. First of all, it was too hard to do. It was one of those things. You gotta think of something clever. It's like
it's very easy to do. Yeah, I put location also. I put location just to memorize, but it's always untitled, but with location. Yes.
Yeah,
location and year. Where the shot was taken, it's just to memorize it somehow. Sometimes I think maybe it's also not really so needed, this location and the year, but I still do it.
Article is fascinating. It's a short and sweet article. And to our listeners out there, we're going to add a link in the show notes to this article on lens culture, which whatever your thoughts on lens culture with recent circumstances are, put them aside. This is worth going and reading because Roza wrote this, and the image that we're talking about is headmasked right across it. But I love how you're kind of talking about that old debate of color versus black and white, and that's something that's significant in your work, is you lean predominantly color, correct?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes. And I don't think that it will ever change.
Yeah. Any particular reason that pulls you that way, or is it just?
I would say there is no particular reason. It just comes very naturally from me, because I see life in color. We see everything in color. It's a natural way to reproduce what you see. Color if you know I have some shots in black white. You saw it probably on my website. But in black white, it's a bit different. I don't mind it. And I love different photography in color and in black white and digital and film, because plenty of talents and plenty of really fascinating photography around shot in a different way. But for me, color is more close to me, to my mind, because maybe it's like a slice of life. And my slice of life is not black-white. It's not a dreamland. It's a slice of life of reality. And usually reality, it has some colors. And if I remove the colors, it will be washed away something with the colors. I will wash away something from that slice of life. I want to keep it. Only in some cases when it's really very disturbing or something, okay. Again, it comes naturally to me just to convert it to black-white. Because I don't shoot film, so it's easy. Digital, it's very easy. You choose, you select. And for instance, most of my shots from Vilnius, from my hometown, somehow I don't know why, because maybe the colors are not so tremendous in Lithuania. Maybe it's a reason. Many of shots from Vilnius I converted to black-white somehow, by some reason. It's not really explainable, but yes, I prefer to shoot in color. I feel it more. It's more me in a shot when it's in color.
That's a perfect way to put it. It's more you.
Yes, exactly.
That's a debate that's been raging forever, and everybody's got an opinion on it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but talking about my first exhibition, by the way, just a sentence back, I sold many prints.
Did you?
It was, I paid back for all the exhibition. Yeah, it was not expensive, and I was selling prints cheap.
But you're selling them.
Who I was really no one, just amateur photographer trying, to. It was nice. It was nice. It gave some confidence. But now I think it was silly. Now, of course, I think it was totally silly, that exhibition. But at that point back, it gave me some confidence that I should keep going.
Yeah, I think I remember my first exhibition early on, another one of those, very confident when I first picked up the camera. I sold a lot of prints that opening as well. And looking back, I haven't sold as many in recent times, so maybe I'm actually getting worse over the years. Less interest.
Oh my God! I did kind of the same thing, but with a book. Yeah, as you might remember, Casper, maybe a year or two ago, which I regret. Not really regret, but you look back at the pictures and you say, "Oh my God!" It's like half of those pictures that I have in there right now. I would never ever put them in a book. Because
really?
You change. There are a lot of people walking down the street. It's one of those things.
But styles always change. Your interests always change.
That's right. You evolve as an artist, and that's what happens. And you look and you say, "Oh my God, what was I thinking?" The next time I'm gonna do better. And hopefully there will be a next time, but. You never know.
Yeah, there always will be next time. Yep. It's what I was trying to say about that red bus picture. There is a hope, always. In the end of the day, there is always a hope.
That's
Sooner
right.
or later, it will come, your red bus down the street. Metaphorical. But,
I know.
let's be optimistic.
And that's what I'm going to be thinking when I'm about to get on that train from San Francisco back to San Jose, all dejected that I haven't gotten anything. That red bus with that girl looking out the window and the balloon might show up.
Yes.
No copycatting. Come on.
No copycatting. It's just a metaphor. just a metaphor. Okay?
Yes, it's just metaphorical. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, Jim, you want to go ahead and close with that last question there? Unless you had something else.
Actually, I want to do something else. I want to, because not only is it you had that lens culture recognition, but you've been having, I've been seeing your name popping up quite a bit on a lot of other recognitions. NatGeo, you had something recently.
Yes, I had. By the way, about lens culture, I don't remember if I told you. It came like also from nowhere. It was a chance. Just that managing editor just saw one of my shots at the exhibition in Paris. I didn't submit or whatever. He just saw my shot and my name at the exhibition in Paris, and he decided to follow me up. And he wrote me an email. Hello, Rosa, I saw your photo at exhibition, and I would love to feature your color work. So it was for me like, this is the chance, what I was even not thinking about. It was a pure chance.
Oh, wow.
So that was, it's a very nice, it's really a great story. I really appreciate it.
And really, and I was just going to say, I want our listeners to check that out, because what you wrote in there was just as powerful as your images. I mean, the text.
Yes, you say thank you. But for me to write, especially in English, it's better than to talk, because I can be quiet and concentrated, and if I'm missing some word, I can look for some word, and it's like, I'm relaxed. Conversation, yes, it can be pretty fluent, but on another level. In writing, I can be more deep, I would say, in English language. It allows me to be more deep. I'm not so fast, not so quick. Sometimes I forget some idioms or something when I talk. So it's
one thing to write something and be able to edit it. It's another thing to come on the microphone and talk and then try to think in the moment.
That's right.
It's different. But coming back to your, Jim, your question about recognition, I maybe don't like this word, but yes, okay. It was recently, I was happy about some recognition. It was PX3 competition. It's a serious, big Parisian, it's in France competition, but it's international. And I got silver for my series Human Traces. It's a series what I never posted anywhere, like on Facebook or even on my website. What came from my other series, what were recognized, like it came from off-season. I was shooting off-season. I love to shoot on the coast off-season. I don't like coast in season.
Right.
And I was shooting objects, whatever objects I found emotionally close to me, to my mood at that moment or whatever. And in the end, it was a huge, like really huge series of objects. All the shots not staged in a way. I didn't move an object like on any millimeter. I just, if I found something what I thought it's really interesting, I shot it. And I got for this Human Traces, it's all connected with people, like human traces. Some glasses, some shoe, I don't know. You can find on a beach from out of season plenty of things you would never expect to see. Never. Like a Hoover, vacuum cleaner just laying. Yes, I'm serious. Yes. Like, some tools like a hammer or something else. Yes, you find amazing stuff. Yes, just walking after storm, especially after the storm. And it got in fine art, still life, it got silver. And
congrats.
Yes, it was like a serious recognition for me. I was very happy because I love this series. It's not humans, it's not street, but again, it's connected to street because it's all candid. It's just like a street without people.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you're pulling a human element, regardless, even though the person's not there.
Yes, absolutely.
And some people will define that as street, you know, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It was a great series. I remember you showing me this series when we were having lunch in Sausalito.
Yes.
And I was looking through that, and I was saying, "Oh my God, this is fantastic."
Now you said it's not published or anything, or at least it previously wasn't. Is it out there now, available for viewing? Any link that you want to share for people to see that?
Yes, I can do it. Yes, it's on PX3. Yes, of course. Yes. When it's got PX3 competition.
Yeah, what we'll do is we'll grab that link before we let you go, or at least have you send it to us, and then we'll drop it in the show notes so people can see this.
You also, Rosa, was recognized as a finalist in another, and forgive me because I had my notes written down last night and I lost my notes.
Yes, it was the 10th edition of Julia Margaret Cameron Awards for women photographers. Yes, and I became a finalist I didn't submit to street photography category. I submitted to editorial and documentary, one photo, and that one photo is kind of very close to me. It's very personal. It's a photo from the hospice, from the nursing house where my dad was last 2 months of his life. And once when I was there was, it was in Israel. It was Independence Day in Israel. And I shot, it's just a one shot, and I decided dedicated just in my mind to my dad, and it got recognized. I didn't win silver first place. There were first place and runner up, but it was just a couple of finalists, and I'm a finalist. And it was plenty of submissions. They wrote on their website that it was 4,500 of submissions to that competition. So I was really very pleased that this photo got recognized. So it was pretty nice.
You know, that's another example of a photograph that came from within inside of you. You know, and you projected. You know, and it was successful. It worked.
Yes.
It worked. You're very good.
Yes. You know, I actually, guys, wanted, when we were talking about San Francisco, somehow I didn't mention Ken Walton. He really, I met him in Brussels.
Who is
he? Yeah. Who is he? He is such a great guy. And we had a very great time. He showed me also around. You remember that day when we went to San Francisco MoMA? Yes. I saw a wonderful exhibition of Larry Sultan, and I'm still looking for his book, what is very expensive, but I'm trying to catch one online. And Ken is really very generous, very great, amazing person, and I really wish all of you guys come to Rome, and I will do my best here in this city.
Be careful what you wish for.
I can't wait. Yeah, that's right. That's right. We may do it.
I am pretty sure what I am saying now. I am sure about it.
Well, I think Ken's in Fiji right now swimming with sharks, or at least at the time of recording this, he was. But we're going to have to talk to him and get a big group of us together, just take over an airplane and just swing over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for me, I appreciate because he was pretty busy. It was just before the festival, San Francisco Street Photography Festival, and anyway,
Yeah.
he found time to spend with me and to show me around and to invite me to his house. It was really nice, really nice.
Yeah, Ken's kind of like our local Mike Lee here. Doors always open for people to come and crash on the couch or to meet with them and take them around.
Great.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I would be remiss if I didn't ask you, and this is dear to Casper's heart. What kind of gear do you use when you're shooting out in the street?
Now I'm using Leica. I'm using Leica M240 and 35mm lens. That's it. But I still use, for instance, I came to a conclusion, maybe Leica users will hate me, what I'm saying, what I'm going to say now, that in underground, I decided that I will still shoot with my old Fuji X100S. I feel more comfortable because it's totally silent. It's good like in a low light. It works very well. Silent, not intrusive. Leica anyway a bit bigger, and it's a wonderful camera. Of course I love it. I was lucky to get it. I didn't expect, but I got it just a year ago, and I do enjoy shooting Leica. But Fuji still can be useful in some situations like underground.
Nice. I remember you let me borrow that Fuji for a little while you were here.
Yeah.
one of my best shots of recent years came out of that Fuji
Did it really?
camera. It was great.
Oh.
Yeah.
So am I smelling an update coming soon?
Yeah, you may be. This guy's been trying to get me onto the Fuji system for a long time, and I might have to capitulate. But I'm holding on to my Nikon though. But man, that Fuji system was great. And thank you again, Rosa, for allowing me to use it.
Oh my God, it was my pleasure. I wanted you to try it. Yes, because it was just laying here, in the apartment. In the States, I was using only Leica. Yeah, I didn't use Fuji.
Well, Jim, do you have anything else you want to throw out there? Or?
Man, unfortunately, I have too many things to throw out there. We don't have time because I want to talk about women in photography. I want to talk about the influences. We're just going to have you back on, Rosa. That's just what's
going to have to happen. Yeah,
because there's just so much more to talk to you about.
It's really a pleasure. I'm totally relaxed talking with you. But again, okay, me and podcast, it's a special connection. Okay, let's see.
Great.
Yeah, as much as we would want to keep this flowing, we got to make sure that Rosa, there's a big time difference, so it's getting late where she's at and afternoon where we're at. So Jimbo, if you want to go ahead and throw out our last question there, we always ask our guests.
All right, this is the one, like he said, we always ask our guests this question. If you had a chance to take your camera anywhere in the world at any place and at any time period within the exception of the invention of the camera, where would that be and when would that be?
I believe that after this chat with me, you already know the answer. I do believe you can feel the answer. I won't be original at all. It would be New York, 50s. Yeah. New York 50s. That's it. I don't have to explain why. Because it's New York and because it's 50s.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Cool. Well, Rosa, thank you so much. Now, before we let you go, just for the people out there, where can we find more of your work online? Where's some links that you wanted to share?
My website, it's not updated, of course, but it's still my website. And my Instagram also. Instagram, okay, I post sometimes. And probably my Facebook.
Excellent. And what's the link for your website?
RozaVulf.com. Just RozaVulf.com. That's it.
Cool. We'll add that to the show notes as well. Jim, where can we find you at there, buddy?
Oh, as always, JimWatkinsPhoto.com, and you can find all my social media platforms right there.
Wonderful. And for myself, you can find more about me at recasper.com. But more importantly, we want you to go over to streetpx.com, and that is where you're going to find all of our previous episodes, any blog posts, any contests, any crazy things that we have going on, which as we're moving into July now, this is I think July 21st. We're going to be doing our film weekend here soon. So just keep an eye on Street PX Lounge. From there, you'll see all of the updates and the events, and you can join in with the discussion. Additionally, from Street PX, if you ever want to, help us keep these mics hot and the bandwidth flowing, please head over to patreon.com/StreetPX, and you can give $1, you can give $5, $10, whatever you're comfortable with. But that's kind of like a contribution to help us keep this show going. And anything that we receive is so appreciated. Every penny that we get goes right back into the show here, updating equipment and keeping our subscriptions live and all that fun stuff. Additionally, our t-shirts, we got about 24 t-shirts out there that's available. And if we don't have a camera that's been designed that you want, then let us know by contacting us at contact@streetpx.com. Let us know the camera. We will design it, and it will be out there available to put on a t-shirt, and you can go and sport that around town. Lastly, reviews. We love reviews. Reviews helps us get into more ears out there and gets us higher on the old podcast list. So head over to iTunes or at Google Play Music or iHeartRadio, wherever you like to hear, wherever you're listening to our show at. Go and submit a review, and we'll read it on air here. But above all, we want to thank everybody out there in the world for listening to us. Roza, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Oh, it's our pleasure, Roza.
Cool. All right, folks. And we will see everyone out there in, Street PX Nation in about 2 weeks.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much, guys. Take it easy.
Cheers.